State will call Miss Erica Landazola. Ma'am, could you please state your name for the court?
Erica Landazola.
Have you received a copy of the state's financial activity report in this case?
Yes.
Have you had a chance to review the figures therein?
Yes, I was right now.
Are those figures accurate to the best of your knowledge?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Have you received any payments from Mr. Vasquez not included in that financial report?
No.
At this time, the state will offer its updated financial activity report and ask that it be entered into evidence. A copy of this report was attached with our pleadings, and pursuant to the statute, we'd like to have the more recent version entered for the court's consideration.
Okay.
All right, for the record, the court has received the updated financial report, Mr. You sent in to the court on an email system, and it does have the updated financial report, updated as of today's date. So the updated financial report will be admitted into evidence. I'll go ahead and mark that as state's exhibit number 2.
And Ms. Vasquez, in the prior 2019 order, I'm so sorry. Got my name wrong. Ms. Landazola, in the 2019 order, who was ordered to provide health insurance?
In 2019, Jonathan.
Has he provided health insurance for the child?
No.
How is the child presently covered for health insurance?
Right now through my job.
Where do you work?
I work for University Medical Center.
And how much does coverage cost for the child?
About $95 every 2 weeks.
And is that just for the child?
Correct.
Do you know where Mr. Vasquez is presently working?
No.
Have you received any information from him, contacted him at all recently?
No, just when he contacted me when he was ordered or served.
But you don't have any firsthand knowledge of where he's working, what he might be earning?
No, nothing.
Let me just make sure that I'm hitting points here. And do you have any concerns about your personal safety if Mr. Vasquez was to get a hold of your contact information?
I do.
Would you prefer that that information be redacted in the final order of the court?
Yes.
And with that, I believe the state will rest subject to brief closing argument.
Okay. Ms. Landazola, do you know if Mr. Vasquez, does he have any other children under the age of 18?
I believe he has one.
Okay. How old is that child under the age of 18?
Correct.
Is he ordered to pay support for that child?
He was, but I believe when I last heard, when he called me to see if I could take him off the child support, he was able to scare that girl enough to take him off. Like I said, he tried to threaten me the way I'm assuming he threatened her. And she removed him from the child support because she was afraid.
Okay. All right. Well, now, do you have any information about any other children or any other child support orders for Mr. Vasquez?
No.
I'm asking the AG's office, ma'am. Do they have any?
Yes. We do have information indicating one additional child, and I believe that was reflected in the prior order as well. We don't have info of any other children that may be floating out there, awaiting parental determination or anything like that.
All right.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't have any further questions for Ms. Landazola. Any other questions, Mr. Canals, for Ms. Landazola?
Nothing further for this witness.
All right. State's recommendation on this matter.
So the state will firstly ask that the amount of arrears presently owed as of the last day of last month for both child support and medical support be confirmed as reflected in the financial report. I believe that's $3,543.91 for past due child support, $3,776.14 for past due medical support. State asks that judgments be taken in those amounts and that a payback be set on those past due arrears in the amount of $70 for past due child support, $70 for past due medical support, both of those amounts to start as of November 1st, 2020, and continuing monthly thereafter. State will argue that there has been a material change of circumstance since the prior order. Mr. Vasquez was ordered to provide health insurance for the child. Per Ms. Landazola's testimony, he's not done that, and she's had to provide the health insurance. Therefore, modification is warranted. State is going to request that the child be ordered to be placed on Ms. Landazola's health insurance, and that Mr. Vasquez pay cash medical reimbursement in the amount of $95 per month to help cover those costs. As we don't have any direct information about Mr. Vasquez's present employment, working capacity, whether he's working or not, the state would ask the court to use the figures and findings in the 2019 order, where the court found that he could at least make $2,773 per month and 33 cents. And based on that, the state is going to recommend a child support modification to $398 to begin November 1st, 2020 and continue monthly thereafter. And the reason that's a slight tweak up from the prior order is that he's paying a little bit less under Ms. Landazola's insurance policy than he would have been under his employers. The state will also request that a finding of non-disclosure be made and Ms. Landazola's personal information be redacted from the final order.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and confirm the child support and medical support arrears as of the end of September, Mr. Knopf.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't get the payment on the judgment, sir.
So we're requesting that a payment of $70 be issued for past due child support, and then $70 for past due medical support. So a total of $140 altogether.
Okay. And this will be commencing on November 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, they did have a question on the health insurance. I believe, Ms. Landazola, did you say that it's costing you $95 every 2 weeks for your child for health insurance?
For a family, well, that's what it is for a family of, wait, I think it's 175 every 2 weeks for us, right?
Okay.
So it's $95 a month, or is it every 2 weeks?
I don't know. That's why I wasn't too clear. I thought you said it was costing you health insurance $95 only every 2 weeks. I thought that's what I heard you say.
Let me see. So let me see. When I was in the room, I was under the understanding, so I'm paying $175 for a family of 4. I think it's monthly then.
Okay. But you said it covers a family of 4?
Yes. So it's 175 times 2 times.
Your Honor, may I ask her a few questions just to clarify?
Sure. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Because I thought I'd heard $95 for every 2 weeks for the child.
So, Ms. Landazola, how much do you pay per paycheck for health insurance for your family?
$175 every 2 weeks.
Okay, and so that's every 2 weeks, not twice a month.
Not twice a month, every 2 weeks.
And how many people are on that family policy?
4, me and my 3 kids.
Okay, so if we have $175 every 2 weeks, that would be about $379 monthly, more or less.
Just about. Mm-hmm.
And so dividing that by 4 to isolate just the one child's portion of that, it would come out to about 94.79. Does that seem correct to you?
Yes, $95. Mm-hmm.
And so just rounding off, that'd be about $95 per month to cover this one child.
Okay, 95 per month. Okay, I'm sorry.
Does that sound accurate to you? Am I forgetting?
Yes, it does, because we're focusing just on him. Correct. You're correct.
Okay. Thank you very much. I just wanted to clarify that for the ruling.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So therefore, the child support will be modified to $398. To reimburse the cost of health insurance for the child before the case, before the court, child before the court. Ms. Landazola to provide that health insurance, and Mr. Vasquez reimburse the cost of that health insurance at $95 a month. These amounts are also to commence on November 1. And based on the testimony presented here today, I will grant Ms. Landazola's request non-disclosure of any of her information not to be disclosed in the courtroom that is to be issued in this case. Substantial material changes in, as far as the coverage of the health insurance for the child. All right. Does that address all the issues, Mr. Canoff?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll go ahead and prepare the order, send it to me through the DocuSign. I'll go ahead and sign it once I receive it. Do sign it, it'll be filed with the clerk's office. Parties will send a copy of the order once it's signed by the court and filed with the clerk's office. Is there anything else that we need to address?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Landazola, any questions, ma'am?
No.
Okay. All right, that will conclude our hearing for today. Thank you for your appearance today, Ms. Landazola.
Thank you.
That concludes our hearing. Parties are excused. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.